In God I trust. No matter where you live in the world, currently, you are experiencing some sort of shaking. This is one thing we all have in common. There are wars and rumors of wars, civil unrest, natural disasters, food insecurities, broken homes and relationship, and the list goes on. If there was ever a time in history when we need to turn to God, it is now. Let me ask you a question. Is it possible for a believer to walk in confidence during this time? Can we truly trust in God for our provision and protection? Let's dive into the Bible full of promises. From God for you and me, Psalm, one who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will lodge in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. This starts out with an amazing promise. It says that whoever dwells or abides in the shelter of the Most High will lodge in the shadow of the Almighty. This verse shares that we can trust God to hide us when we are abiding in Him. This is called a conditional verse. Conditional Bible verses are promises from God that are dependent on certain conditions being met. The conditional portion states that we need to dwell in the shelter of the Most High. The Strong's definition says that to dwell means to sit, remain. This can be a hard thing to do, especially in our fast-paced culture. However, making time to sit with Jesus and remaining in communion with Him throughout our day is essential. We are constantly bombarded with many things that can lead us into fear and anxiety. But when we are dwelling with the Father, those things fade in His presence. When we dwell, we can be at rest even when there is chaos around us because we are living from a place of trust. Let's make this personal. Am I truly dwelling with the Father on a daily basis? Or am I getting caught up in distractions? Am I remaining at the feet of Jesus or at the feet of other lovers, idols? Let's pause and take a moment to allow the Lord to search your heart and speak to you. For you have made the Lord my refuge, the Most High, your dwelling place. No evil will happen to you, or will any plague come near your tent. The promise of God in this verse says that when we make the Lord our dwelling place, we will experience some benefits. Describes this dwelling as a habitation. When you make the Lord your habitation, you have access to the promise that no evil will happen to you, and no plague will come near your tent. What an amazing promise. When you walk in the covering of the Lord, you have His protection upon you. Reading these verses in their fullness is important so that you grasp what promises are available to you in the Word of God when you walk in alignment with Him. David, in the Old Testament, is a living testimony of the faithfulness of God and that He can be trusted in all seasons of life. The question is, are we going to be people of faith who trust God in this season, or will we waver in the midst of trial?